Hey, this is Meredith's husband. I've got some SEO advice for you, but I'm going to keep it really simple so that you can understand it, so it makes sense, and most importantly, so you can actually use it.
Let's just do the podcast.
Do you know what? You have no idea what we're talking about today, do you?
No. Would I ever?
Sometimes.
Well,
I guess not. Sometimes.
No, because this is not a part two.
Right. This is, I'm going to call this piece good advice, bad advice.
Ooh.
And this, because I've talked a lot in the past about how there's lots of like misleading SEO advice out there.
Yeah.
So
I know what this is about then.
Yeah, you found this. You found something as an article about SEO and about
that
what
was
you
sent.
need to do. Was it sent to us or did you just come across it?
No, it was sent to me as a photographer from a very big company.
Okay. Well, I looked at the article and I figure let's go through it and let's say whether it's good, because there is some good advice out. It's not.
I'm sure there is.
It's not 100% bad. And I do want to give props where props are due, and debunk where it's possible, so you have less, so you don't stress about things you don't need to stress about.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at this. I'm not going to
Let's tell people what it is that we're even talking about.
Yeah, I'm going to give them the name of the article, but I'm not going to tell them where it's from because I don't want to. If it's not good advice, I don't want to name names.
Smear them.
This is the name of the article is the top 6 SEO mistakes that photographers make in 2022.
Mm-hmm. And that was sent to me. I didn't even look at it. I just sent it to you.
Right. Good idea. And then so it gives 6 mistakes that photographers make and kind of tells what to do, gives some action steps for each one. So let's just go through these. Number 1, the first mistake that it says is not focusing on local SEO.
I think that's good.
That's good advice. That is.
I would say that's good advice.
Really good advice. We've talked about this. What were you going to say?
I said I just got an inquiry from somebody in Charlotte.
Okay. Thanks for that.
Yeah. Or no, it was Ditmas Park, Georgia.
Okay. Or should we continue with the podcast?
Yes.
All right. The action steps under this first one are sign up for Google My Business. Absolutely.
Yes.
I've said that many times. Mention your city and region. Use consistent NAPs. NAPs is an abbreviation for name, address, and phone number. So, yes. Good. And sign up for recommended directories. So,
recommended directories.
Yeah. So, recommended directories would be, remember when we talked about Whitespark and they go out and they build your local citations or your local links and directories? Yes. That's that. Huh. Mention your city and region. Yes. I would say there's a caveat here. Do not repeat the name of your city all over the place. Don't put New York in every other sentence. Yeah. Put it on your homepage, maybe in your footer and on your contact page. That's where you need to
I still see, sorry, I completely just, you said on the footer and then you said something else.
On the contact page.
On the contact page. Yeah. I still see photographers saying serving New York, Brooklyn, Greenpoint, Park Slope, Ditmas Park.
Yeah, I would not do that. The intention is good, but don't do that for SEO. I mean, you can certainly say on your services or some, hey, I serve everybody in New York or everybody in Brooklyn. I live in Park Slope. But make it natural. Don't do it that way. If you have, something that can be done is I had a client once that they were putting their testimonials. They were a regional company. They were putting their testimonials online. And so they had testimonials from all these different neighborhoods. So they put testimonials on and then they put the name of the neighborhood. So that's a good way to do it.
Good idea.
Yeah. Make it natural. Anytime you find yourself writing a sentence that's just a whole bunch of words with commas in between, that's not good. You are stuffing keywords. If you're writing a sentence and you have 85 commas in it, that's not good. Don't do that.
Okay.
But this is pretty good. Number 1 here, I think, is good advice.
Yeah.
Focus on your local.
Did you say as good as ice?
Nope. I said that's good advice.
Oh, I thought you said that's good as ice. But new slang.
It might be. Number 2, not enough content on the website. Also good.
Good as ice.
Yeah, that also is as good as ice. But that's good advice.
If it comes in cute little pig shapes.
We have talked a lot about building resource blogs, building resource content. That's one aspect of this. And here there are some ideas to get started, and they list, listing your preferred venues and shoot locations, venues, makeup and wardrobe, gear and equipment list, FAQs, etc. That's all. I mean, to be honest, that's kind of all resourceful information. So
right.
You can do
I
stuff.
don't have an equipment list.
That's not necessary. That's definitely, that's just very common now, especially among YouTubers. Everybody wants to be a YouTuber, and they say, oh, what's my equipment? Here, here, and here. This is what I do. In case if you're watching a video, say, and you really like the way it looks, or you really like the way it sounds, they would have an equipment list.
And then you get an affiliate.
Then you have an affiliate link. So
fair enough.
You can do that. You could say, yeah, you could shoot. I shoot Nikon. You could.
Okay.
That's good advice. In fact, going back to when I first optimized your website, basically all I did was I put some text on it. I put words on it, because no photography websites were just all images, all images. And to Google, that's just a blank page. So I literally just put text on your site, and within a month you were like on or near the first page. Since then, I've done a lot more. But to begin, that's all it took.
A lot more photographers.
Yes. Oh, true. Yeah, there's a lot more photographers too.
A lot more.
Okay, mistake number 3, keywords used incorrectly or without a plan. Yes.
Without a plan?
Yes. So you have no keyword plan. And we just covered a 2-part series of how to create that plan, how to develop a keyword plan.
Right.
But yeah, that is a big one, because I do agree 100% on this one. A lot of times people just take they think their keywords are and stuff them all over on every page.
Best photographer ever. Winning.
No, not necessarily.
Oh.
But just taking, if you were to take like children's photography and just put children's photography on every single page, well, that's going to do more harm than good. So yes, keywords used that would definitely be keywords used incorrectly. Mistake number 4, not enough text to balance images and video. Sort of. This is kind of the same thing as number 2. It basically goes into there not being enough words on the page. It says try to insert at least 500 words of text on your homepage. In general, yes, you want to aim for at least 350 words on a page if you want a page to appear in Google.
Okay.
More than that is better, typically. If you have less than 250, that's a very sparse page in terms of content.
Right.
Which might be fine.
Is there a place to count?
Oh yeah. Oh, I would do it in a Google Doc. Yeah, just cut and paste the text into a Google Doc, count the words.
And it'll count the words for you?
Yeah, there's a word count. There's a word count.
Okay.
There is a tool that will do that for you called Screaming Frog SEO Spider, which it's called Screaming Frog SEO Spider. It's a free tool. Oh, there's a free and a paid version. The free version is pretty good. You can scan a website up to 500 pages. If you do a scan of your site, it will tell you the number of words on each page. But to be honest, if you just want a word count, it's easier just to go to the page as a user, highlight all the text, and then paste it into a Google Doc or like Word Perfect or Microsoft Word or whatever you use. And there's usually some sort of word count feature that'll tell you how many words there are. You want there to be 350 on all your main pages that you want to have or you would like to have appear in Google.
Okay.
So that's a good objective. This mistake number 4, I think, is a lot of overlap between, I think it was mistake number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same idea, although also good advice. I mean,
yeah. Keep going.
And then mistake number 5, not working on backlinks. So yes, also we've talked about how important backlinks are in terms of Google. It's the high school
And remind the
popularity.
listener and your wife what a backlink is.
A link. So a backlink and a link is the same thing. Those two terms are used interchangeably. So we want links. Google rankings are largely based on links. So the more links pointing to your website, the better. If that sounds foreign, then go back and look for an episode that focuses on links. I know we have a couple of them, and we'll probably have more in the future. And then it lists a bunch of ways some ideas to get links. They're not bad ideas.
But number 6,
images not renamed. This one is not good advice. So what they're saying, images not renamed. This is a super, super, super minor factor in terms of your rankings. But what it's saying is you want to name your image files with your keywords.
Yeah.
This is not important. Really, this is a good way to think about this is if a user is going to see something on your website, then it's going to be an important ranking factor, right? So like your headline, that's important. Your visible text, that's important.
That's important.
Image captions, that's important. When is anybody ever going to see the name of a file?
Right.
Only if they
The only time they'll see a name of a file if you send a signature with a photo in it and they reply and the signature doesn't come through, but like Meredith Photography.
And you don't have alt text. Normally they would see the alt text there, not even the name of the file. Only if somebody, in that case, there's no alt text, or if they download a file, will they see the actual name of the file. Now, it probably is good, to avoid like really long names.
Real, this is the one. This is the one to use. This, yes, this one.
Yeah. That's the Meredith's inner file naming scheme, in case you're wondering. Newest, 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 new. Yes. Creates headaches for one of us. Anyway, so what this is saying is put keywords in your file names. I would be wary of that because you could be flagging to Google that you're trying to, stuff keywords. Now, this is probably going to happen naturally. If you have on your site, you have a children's photography page. There's a gallery on there. I've named those files like children so that I know if I have just a big list of files, I know this is on the children's page.
Right.
And then I have it's a gallery, so I have like children 06, and then I have Zinner photography. So it's a little bit of,
Nobody cares about that.
Not branding, but if somebody were to download that file,
right,
and then send it to a friend, or you want to have some sort of ownership, maybe, or at least I do personally.
Yeah, no.
So putting keywords in your files, I think, should be happening kind of naturally.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go out of your way. More importantly, I think, name them so that they are easy to use and keep track of. So you have some sort of naming system, not new, newest, new.
This one.
Newest, new,
star,
newest.
Star.
Space, new. So this article is actually pretty good, I think. There's one thing in here that I think is just very minor, and if you take it the wrong way, it could end up being
a big
bad
waste
advice.
of time.
You could be signaling to Google, hey, I'm stuffing keywords. But in general, this is a pretty good article.
That's good to know.
In fact, what I should say where it is, since I didn't bag on it.
Not at all.
It's on slrlounge.com.
Yeah. It's the email you get if you signed up for anything.
So that's pretty good advice. You know what would be cool if listening to this, not you, Meredith, but listening to this, if you've seen any advice, if you've seen articles and you're wondering, hey, is that good advice or bad advice?
Good idea.
Send it to me. Send it to us via Instagram.
And our response will be good as ice.
Yes. It's either good as ice or it's not.
Good advice.
Or melted.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Thank you so much for listening. We really hope that you find this helpful and useful. And if you do, what you could do for us as a thanks would be to, drumroll please, yes, leave a review. Yes, everybody says it, I know, but it really does make a difference. Take 3 seconds, leave as many stars, say something really nice about what you like about the podcast and maybe why other people would like it. It would mean the world to us, especially my husband. That better? All right, I'm going to try one where I'm not going to be charming.